Hey, welcome back to Dream Spell, a mini course for creating your own magical dreaming practice. I'm Donna Woodwell, the headmistress of the School of Magic and Mastery. That's a program dedicated to helping you live your most magical life. And I can't think of anything more magical than working with your dreams. So in this particular lesson, we're going to talk about how you can choose a dream journal that's right for you. If you remember in our last lesson, we talked about tips for how you can remember your dreams more reliably. Well, one of those tips was to keep a dream journal. It's usually the easiest way that people in the Western world can wrap their head around taking information that they learn in their dreams and putting it into their conscious minds. Now, there are lots and lots of options for keeping your own dream journal. Figuring out which one is right for you really comes down to the one that you will actually use. So consider this a chance to get to know yourself a little bit better. And don't be afraid to experiment with a few different kinds of dream journals to see which one actually works best for you. There are many, many options, from good old-fashioned paper all the way to keeping a fully techie-abled dream journal in a digital format. There are apps that use audio dictations. And there are pros and cons to every choice that you make. And really, as I said before, what it comes down to is knowing thyself to figure out which one is the best option for you. So let's consider some of the options for a moment. Paper journals are traditional. You can use anything from, a plain old spiral notebook to a pretty bound leather journal that you got at a fancy bookstore. You may even want to choose a special pen if that will get you to actually write in your journal. So the pros of paper journaling are many. One of them is that it's a sensual pleasure. It'll help you slow down, make some time for yourself, and maybe create a yummy writing experience. Light some candles or play some music or some incense, whatever gets you to actually write in the journal. And some paper journals can even become works of art in themselves. The con to paper journals, however, is that, first of all, if you're writing in the dark or you're scribbling early in the morning, half awake before you got your coffee, you might need to copy entries again. And so you might make the first draft in that plain old paper notebook, and the second draft goes in the pretty version. So that takes extra time to work with. Even more basic is that paper journals, you have to have the paper journal with you, which means you have to carry it around, especially if you are trying to sneak in your journal writing at the beginning of a workday or on the bus that you're taking to work or something like that. So that can be a little bit impractical and add to the things that you already have to manage. All right. Digital journals are now a popular option because technology has gotten to the point where we can easily use any device that we have that happens to be connected to the internet to keep our journal. So from a plain old word processor to a digital notebook like Evernote to a special dream journaling apps. The pros are that they provide universal access. No matter where you happen to be, you can probably find a way to have your journal close at hand. Some of them even include audio to text features so that you can take dictation in the middle of the night when you're not even opening your eyes and have it automatically transcribed to the digital app. I know some people that even use their smartwatches to dictate and then find it waiting for them on their computer in the morning. So you've got more options now than we've ever had before. The downside of these is, it's more screen time. And since many of us, including me, have so much screen time to begin with, it might seem like just one more thing that you have to fit into your day. All right. Another of the cons is that what about the cons for digital journaling? Well, one is it's more screen time. And if you already feel like you are online too much, this might feel like it's one more thing that you have to add to your day. They're often also more utilitarian than aesthetic. So if you're looking for a beautiful, sensual experience, using your phone may not be it. Now, some apps can also charge monthly fees, which can get expensive over time if you're trying to, keep your dream practice as simple as possible. And even the simplest apps that are out there for dream journaling require a little techie knowledge to know how to get started. So if you're not consider yourself a tech-friendly person, maybe those aren't the best options for you. But even with that overview, I suggest you try out a few options for yourself and see what you like best and will actually use. Because if the journal's pretty and you bought it for dream journaling and then it just sits there on the counter and you never use it, that is not a good fit for you. Just get a simple notebook to start or use a digital app that you already have and try to figure out what works best for you before you make any additional expensive purchases. And that especially applies to apps that have a monthly fee. Use the free trial period once you've decided that you're going to use a digital app. And that way you can make the best use of it to see if it's the right fit for you. All in all, the most important thing is to actually use what you're doing and remove all the barriers in front of you for doing it. So another excuse that people often find themselves falling into when they start a dream journaling practice is they haven't set it up well for themselves. They haven't practiced. So you have a dream and you want to write it down, but you realize the journal's on the other side of the room. So you say, I'll write it down when I get over there. And by the time you've gotten over there, you've totally forgotten what the dream was. Or, maybe you have your dream journal by the bed and you go to write and there is no pen nearby. So nothing gets done because you don't want to stumble around in the dark and find the pen. Those are totally understandable challenges, but you also can fix those in advance. So consider this. Try a practice run. Lay down on the bed and imagine you had a dream. What will you do to write it down? Will you get your journal from the nightstand? Is there a writing desk in your bedroom? Or maybe you have an app installed on your phone? And practice with a few imaginary dreams, so to speak, until you have a system that you know works for you. And then, use it. And that's it. I've made a review of a few of the more popular dream journaling apps in this week's free resources collection. And I'm going to send them out to everyone who's already joined the Dream Spell adventure using the link below. So if you want to get the dream journaling templates, the suggestion for apps, and a few other things to help you with the remembering process, definitely fill in your email address so I can email them to you. And this week's ceremony is also a special guided meditation to help you remember your dreams more consistently. So if you want to attend that live on Friday nights, or if you would like to receive a link to watch the replay, again, you definitely need to sign up for the Dream Spell mini course. Well, I'm so glad you spent some time tuning in to this lesson this week. My name is Donna again. I'm the headmistress of the School of Magic and Mastery, and I hope you have very sweet dreams.